Okay, so I just keep rocking on. It's time to make Wonder's special order juice, and I'm just gonna do that, which is cucumber, carrot, coconut, and celery. I'll do that real quick, and then we'll continue the discussion where I just left off a minute ago. A minute ago for me. Probably not for you. Easy stuff. Great coconut knife, by the way. Ching. Okay, so we left off and we're talking about raw foods. And so what it is, what kind of flashed into my mind was that I don't think you eat raw foods to get healthy. I think you get healthy to eat raw foods. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you set the intention like I did many years ago to get as healthy as you possibly can, I think you'll automatically be drawn to raw foods, you know? There's a lot of different body types and stuff like that, but I'll tell you the truth. I've met dudes that most people don't ever get to meet because the world isn't ready for their message. You know, I'm bringing a message that is just, the world just, you know, and I put myself out on the line, makes me stronger all the time, you know, because people don't want to hear this, like, you know, too much of some of the stuff about the truth about the food. But I'll tell you about these dudes that I've met over the years, you know, that are like 100% raw foodists, or they were 100% raw foodists up to a certain point where you couldn't go any further with it. And if you did, you would leave the body because you become so electrified and illuminated with raw foods that you begin to have out-of-body experiences where your soul energy gets so high because you continue to surrender and you stop the resistance. It's the resistance that keeps you on earth, somewhat. It's also the grace of the field of God, but that's not really the point of this discussion. But, you know, a lot of guys take the raw food thing to the end. In other words, I better eat some cooked food. They're meditating and they're having out-of-body experiences and they're like, I better eat some cooked food or else I'm going to be leaving this planet. And I can tell that my inner knowingness is telling me that I need to stay on the planet because I have a specific mission to fulfill. So I'm going to go, like, come down, eat some vegetables, and then I'm going to probably need to eat some cooked foods to just, you know, bring myself back down to earth so that I can function within the world. Because I'll tell you the truth, you can get into states of consciousness where you can't even function within the world. People are talking to you and you're just like, oh my God, your mind is racing 1,000,000 miles a minute and you're like stuck in the heart. You're stuck in the heart where everything's perfect. And people are asking you questions and they want you to think and they want you to like pay attention and you're just like, you know, you're just like, can't you see the perfection of it all? You know what I'm saying? That's like the deathless state where it's like people are afraid of death, so they think a lot. How can I avoid death? How can I make sure that death doesn't happen to me? That's kind of the ego's job, is to keep itself, it worries, I gotta eat, I gotta get a job, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta protect my investments, and it spends all day protecting all these things and creating illusions and keeping up blockades and building up, I'm happy, when it's really not happy. Because it doesn't have the spirit of life, which is the deathless state, which is like the perfection of the totality of consciousness. You see that everything is perfect, that nothing needs to change. Everybody wants to fix the world. Well, I learned from a great teacher that, and he said it very funny, he said, if you fix this world, you're going to have to create another one exactly like it so everybody can get what they need. Because people got to grow. And if you don't get your head bashed in by life, you're not going to wake up. That's why I love pain. Because it keeps me waking up. That's why I love to do stupid things. Because then I go, oh, that hurts. And I wake up a little bit more. You don't want to fix the world. Because there's no world to fix. It's all here. It's in your perception. People are like, don't you see the suffering, Dan? I'm like, not really. You know, you can't blame God for what the ego does. You can't do that. You never know what the plan is of the infinite field anyways. It's all for the good because it is all good. This is all the content. The trees, the birds, the humans, the stories, the wars. Those are all the content of the field. That is the dust of the earth. From dust you came, to dust you will return. You're never going to keep this thing. You're going to lose your story. Your story is going to be obliterated. All the things that you invest in, I'm this, I'm that, 53104, social security number, job, you know, political viewpoints, you know, all the attachments that you have to ideologies and belief systems. I'm a, you know, a Christian, Muslim, Jew, you know, and all these things that you really like get into, you know. Good morning again. None of those things matter. Those are all the content of the field. That's all dust. That's what it is. That's why Dan is just a Dan. He's going to be here, then he's going to be gone. It doesn't even matter to him. He doesn't even care. It's the love that comes through that the universe uses me, the little story, the skinny little healthy looking dude who's thin and gets all crazy on and is good on camera, and I'm fulfilling. The Dan is here to fulfill a mission of eternity so that we can just to give people hope of the natural way that while you're on Earth in a protoplasmic organism, it's more able to function optimally with vegetables, fruits, than it is to go to the middle of the store and get like macaroni and cheese, hamburger helper, donuts, and Krispy Kremes, you know, all that stuff that tastes good. So it uses Dan to fulfill its own purpose, because I could really care less about it, the Dan. It's boring. It's irritating. The Dan is like irritating, you know. It's like all this crap that goes through his head. He gets all attached and everything. It's like, man, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, just a little bit of a rambling on to keep on planting little seeds from a crazy dude who I could see how the world thinks I'm nuts, but I could also see how other people could think that it's genius to totally let go, let the universe do its thing, and not even get in the way of it. Because I got to tell you, when you continue to open up to your purpose and just let the universe use you, the right person will come out of nowhere, the right person will call you, all the money you need for everything will show up effortlessly, everyone around you will take care of you in many different ways. You'll trade and barter and exchange, and it's a perfect unfolding. Everything you need will just be there every single second of every single day. That's been my experience here in LA. Every single perfection unfolding, absolutely perfect. And I don't even have to think about it or worry about anything. It's great because I'm open up, whatever. Just try to open yourself up to your divine purpose. Ask yourself, your deepest self, which I believe is the spirit of life itself, which I call God, has a purpose for you. It wants to use you. And when you get on track with that, everything will unfold in a divine expression, perfectly like a flower. Can you dig it?